Hey guys, welcome back. We are in the Factory Antique Mall again today, and we are doing an antique booth makeover. This is booth Amy, AMY. It's probably a 20 by 10 or 11. The owner of this booth actually has several different booth locations in the fam, but she deemed this one her primitive booth, and it is very full. She's got a lot of stuff in this booth, a lot of furniture pieces. There's some tables, chairs, a few cabinets, some showcases as well. But the reason we are in this booth today and giving it a makeover is not so much about the items that she carries. She has a lot of really great stuff. It's more about how this booth currently functions. It's a little tough to move through. It's not very walkable. There's a little bit of a path over here to my left that leads into kind of this portion of the booth, and then there's a path over here on my right that leads into the right half of the booth, which is kind of more the front part of the booth. But I would like to open it up a little more to make it so you can walk through the whole space. We'll definitely have to rearrange some furniture because as of right now, there's some big pieces that are blocking this front portion of the booth. So those are my two priorities, just making it a more walkable booth and rearranging the furniture. That way you can see more of what's in here. Would also like to create some vignettes and do some color blocking. She asked me whether or not I thought this showcase needed to be in here. I think we could still make this showcase work. We just need to do a little rearranging. There's also this big pile of something over here in the corner that's covered in blankets. I think it's books. I have not investigated that fully yet. I tried to think of something or to get an idea of how things would be moved around, but I really need to come in and stare at the space in person to get a better idea of what to do. I don't know if that's just because I don't know her inventory as well as I know my own inventory, because when I'm trying to think up a new booth layout for myself, I move the pieces around in my head because I know exactly what I have and I have a rough idea of how they'll look in the space. But for this booth, because I don't have any of that background knowledge of what she has, it was just really hard for me to do without physically being here. So before I touch anything, I'm just gonna disassociate and stare at the stuff until something comes bubbling up. All right, I think I got something. What I think I want to do is move this showcase over here to the left wall, put this hutch top up on top of the showcase. There's a lot of bookshelves in here. There's a bookshelf up here with a back to it that I think I want to put here in the middle. I also want to move, well, sorry, hold on. Ooh, wait, I like that better. What I might do, okay. Move this beautiful pine wardrobe over here, have it facing that way. There's a bookshelf that's a very similar width. I would like for that to go on the back side of it. And then another little bookshelf that I could put in the middle in between them up here facing out to the front. That I think is the place to start. I want to also rearrange some stuff on the back walls. There's this really cool antique spinning wheel over here that I think will go in that corner if I can figure out what to do with those books. And as of right now, I think the tables are going to stay in a very similar spot to where they currently are. This one will probably come back a little, and that one will probably come over this way a bit. But the big first step is rearranging all this furniture to where I think it works best. I wonder how hard it would be to move this around. Oh. Well, it's not light. All right. I need to clear this area over here to move that this way. I just realized why putting this case up against this wall is a bad idea. I totally forgot the way that you have access inside of a case is through the back. I'm not sure. Let me think. I need to think. Two pieces are making this a little difficult for me. The case, because it only opens from the back, and that hutch top. I could just put the hutch top on the ground. I don't like that idea. The other thought is we could move this case either over here to my left, which is like if you're looking at the booth on the right side of the booth, but to my left, front left corner, we could put the case there so that you still have access, but it's not a centerpiece of the booth. That still leaves like the hutch top. What do we do with the hutch top? Right now, it's sitting on like a little handmade bench piece. If one of these tables were bigger, I would just put it up on top of the table. The more I think about it, I think it's gonna possibly have to sit on the floor. If I was to put the hutch top up on top of the case, or on top of anything really, and it not have something behind it, I would probably only want to put non-heavy breakable things. It had all this beautiful pottery and it looked great, but if it's gonna have those pieces in it, then it really needs to be sitting up against something versus just freestanding, something like that. Have it sit coming across here, like this.
Okay.
Because I'd like to use that corner and use all that nice wall space for all the stuff that you have to hang things. Before I left here last night, the owner of the booth came in. I was able to talk to her about a couple different pieces in here that I was kind of confused about. Like there's some random bed rails here, but that don't have any price tag or bed frame, so I had to ask her about that. But I also asked her about that pile of boxes in the corner, and they're all books that she is still processing to put out into her booth space. She suggested that we look into options with another booth that she has back further into the antique mall. She calls that one her fancy booth, and it's a smaller space. It's like a 10 by 10. She has so many booth spaces, so she's got lots of options on where to put things. So we went and assessed that situation, and she actually has some really beautiful furniture over there, but because that booth is a little further back and this space is much more front and center, it's a great corner space, came up with the idea to move the books back there to be processed because it's a little further back, and then we'll move 1 or 2 pieces of really pretty furniture that she has back there up here to this space. We also talked about the showcase piece that she has here in the middle, and she talked a little bit about like just moving it out completely. I think we can still use it. I think it might be better up here at the front. Also, across from this space is one of JLB's booths, and he is over here working on that space today. His booth has been in a couple videos of mine, and over the past year and a half, he's been putting these really cool cabin looking style walls in and framing. I think he's done it to just about all his booth spaces except this one. And this is where all his timber is, all his salvage, architecture, and doors. I purchased the slab pieces that I use for our clothing racks from his space back at the beginning of last year when we were doing that big boutique booth reset. It's really looking awesome. So I'll have to keep you updated on that as they work on it. I think my priority is now to move all those books to that other space and then take a dresser out of that space and move it up here. Because I have this hole, this open hole here now that I don't want to block off with the showcase just yet until I get those books out of here. I need some chocolate. Dang, that's a lot of books. It's like a mix. So I think I need to go get a cart and then move that dresser this way before I take the books that way. But first, a peanut butter bowl. Uh-huh.
You got your work cut out.
Yeah.
Man, mine gets a bad shape too.
Oh yeah, mine's horrible right now. I'm avoiding it by doing this.
Yeah.
look like that many books until you start lifting them. Okay, I think I'm gonna go get those blankets that were covering them in the other booth and bring them over here and cover them over here. Woo. So I know I just moved a ton of books out of this corner, but she's got a bunch of bookshelves in here, right? It'd be kind of cool for me to move some of those bookshelves here. So we almost have like a book corner. So we got bookshelves here, and then I could put this little rocking chair right here in this corner and make it like a little primitive book nook. The other option was to put this pine wardrobe in this corner, but with the door, like I would catty corner it, and with the door it would like swing way over here, and I'd still like to hang stuff up above these little bookshelves. So more book moving, essentially. Found this at a Lowe's in Georgia. I keep it in my purse. $18 a piece. These. book corner with our chair. It looks really cute. I like it. I think the next big thing that I need to do is finally move this showcase up here to the front left corner. I would like to put this piece up top here. And I thought I could do it myself. I cannot. All right, you go ahead. Are you up?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. And then that way, I can do this. I literally just went to the chiropractor this morning. Decided last minute to move the bookcase that I was gonna put behind the wardrobe to this wall instead. I don't really know why, it felt right. I think instead put all the trunks in here behind and around this wardrobe, kind of in the center, have a little center island. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little wooden trunks. So, or not little, but of various sizes. And that'll put us in a really good place to come in tomorrow and organize all the smalls into a better situation. I might even have time to move this dresser up here behind this old country store display rack. Baker's rack? Shoe rack? It still looks chaotic, but the furniture placement is way better. Tomorrow is gonna be a big day when it comes to rearranging all the smalls. I think that's gonna be the toughest part. Well, I say that now that I have those shelves over there figured out, I think it's all gonna go a lot quicker. Over here, they've made a lot of progress. I was thinking they were just gonna put that wood up on that back wall, but they've actually done the framing over here as well, and it's looking great. It's so cool. We'll be back in bright and early tomorrow. All right guys, day 3, working on the booth. What I need to do first is get the book and shelf situation handled, and that will really clear up some area for me to do some more vignette building and rearranging of the baskets and the medium pieces. I feel like I haven't addressed that showcase back there at all. I don't know why, but when I started this process, I didn't even think about moving it around. I kind of was just like, all right, that's staying right there. I'm not touching that piece. I'm gonna build around it. I actually don't mind it. I think it's a really nice piece. It's got some good lighting, and it's at the back and in the middle, so I can work around that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get to working on all the books and the shelves, and look at this. I am not the only victim. I think we're all, oh yeah, we are. Oh my gosh. We're all fighting this war. JLB is also making a lot of progress on his space. It'll be really interesting to see how that looks at the end of today. Whew. Can I form words? Can I talk? I don't think so. I'm so tired from yesterday. Those books did a number. All right, I'm gonna throw these away and get started. They are getting ready to close here soon, but I thought I'd give you an update. This corner's looking great. Once I got all the books organized and on these two shelves, things really started to come together. I also hung up this little wall shelf, I guess. I had to get creative with it a little bit. We have pegboard walls. There are studs that act as the framing for the walls, but they're about 1.5 feet apart. So I was able to put a screw through one of the braces into one of the studs on the side. Now the other brace I removed from the side. It was kind of in a weird position anyways, and I'm using it as a support on one of the boards that go across. And when I go home, I think I'm gonna grab another little support to put under one of the other boards, just so it's a little more sturdy. And then I'll feel more comfortable putting some of these heavy insulators up on the shelves, because I have a lot of brown insulators that I would like to put up against this white background. I'm especially happy with this shelf. I'm thrilled with it. I love the colors, I love the styling, I love this clock. I think it looks so cool. It's all coming together. I'm really happy with it. See y'all tomorrow. Have that shelf pretty secure. We got one support here in the stud, another here. I did attach it to the pegboard. Also, it's not in a stud up here, but at least it's attached to the wall, and we're in a stud over here. So I think we're okay to start putting heavier items on it, like some of these insulators, like this. It feels pretty solid, so I think we're good to move forward. right before that box, right?
Yeah.
That's probably about as far that way.
All right.
From there, I think you can kind of play with it a little bit.
Yeah. All right, you tell me kind of. Here, hold that. You just set it. You got a lot of baskets.
Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. Sandy was just like, you want me to do this? And I was like, it's if you want to do that. They did it and it looks awesome. That shelf, it was okay, but it was kind of rickety. Doing all this made that much more sturdy. He actually added a little piece down here under the bottom shelf to make it more stable as well. Now, I did have an idea. Because that little piece back there is white, it kind of disappears into the pegboard. What if I shifted that piece to where this wardrobe is and move the wardrobe back to that corner to kind of catty corner it? It wouldn't be a problem to open up the door at all and we'd be able to hang stuff inside of it. It's more moving and shifting, but I feel like it'll be worth it. So before I go, I want to dust off these shelves because they're super dusty and then shift those two pieces. And then I'll be comfortable calling it a day. It'll probably be closing time.
I'm just trying to look at that crop you had.
This one?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I guess I'll get out. All right, we'll finish this tomorrow, guys. Got a lot of those baskets moved and off the floor. Now my priority is to switch these two pieces of furniture, the little kitchen cabinet and the wardrobe. Then I can really just get into the styling. We gotta get this done.
Hey, take time. You're gonna work yourself out of a job.
Oh my gosh. That looks so good.
At least you can set stuff over.
Exactly.
This one here might be.
Oh man. I gotta head out of here early today. I'm gonna try to wrap this up tomorrow bright and early. It should only need another hour tops, and that's with like really fiddling with stuff. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right guys, I don't know what happened, but I lost my tripod. Somewhere in the shuffle yesterday cleaning up. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it's in my car. I don't want to look more than I already have. I really only need to straighten out the table situation, and then I'm gonna go shop Linda's other booth to see if I can find some clothing to help fill up the wardrobe back here. It's pretty busy in here today. The parking lot is about 2/3 full, and people are already shopping this space. Like, I'm seeing them move in and out so much easier, but let's get to work. I need to figure out how I'm gonna set this camera up. I'm not gonna find that back. Oh geez. I guess I'm taking out my earrings. I knew I had to replace that back too. I knew it wasn't gonna hold. It was too loose when I put it in. All right, no earrings. Wow, I feel so free. Home stretch. So they're pretty busy up front. The last few things I need to do is move this stuff around to some of our other spaces. There's some pieces in here that I feel like would go better with her fancy booth. And then this little shelf piece isn't very old, it's for Micah. I'm gonna see if I can move it to her music booth that's across the mall. And then from there, it's just a final sweep and, oh, we still need to go get some clothing to style the wardrobe. I said, I hope you don't mind. Oh, but that's super cute. I really like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go shop Linda's other booth. I need some clothing pieces, a hat maybe, and a blanket of some kind. That was quite the task. But man, so worth it. And things have sold. I've already had to do some rearranging. Having the 3 entry/exit points, huge game changer. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that in every size booth, but for a booth this size with this much furniture, I think it's necessary. Before, you couldn't walk through it at all. You would hit something or your shin would hit something, but now it's just a really nice, simple glide through the booth. I forgot how nice the pegboard walls are for hanging things, especially things that are on the lighter side, and how something is hung and styled. What's the word I'm looking for? Spaced. They can make a huge difference with how well it looks. I mean, you could have hotel art, but as long as it's spaced well on a wall with the other pieces that you have, I think it can look really good. And if you need a visual aid for that, make sure to check out Pinterest or Google Images for like a gallery wall. There's a lot of great ideas there that you can look at to get some inspiration. I actually feel like the corners are the strongest parts of this booth, especially that back corner. It just has so many small things, and the color coordination, it's just visually very interesting. Brings me to my next point is I think this part, this little vignette island up here is actually kind of the weaker point of the whole booth. It's got great stuff, but it's kind of the combination of all the awkward things that I didn't really know what to do with. The biggest problem to solve was that showcase and the fact that we couldn't open it from the front. Moving it to that front right portion of the booth, I feel like was the right move. And then putting the spinning wheel behind it, it's not super heavy. You can easily move it out. And actually somebody already was able to reach in there and access an item that they wanted to purchase. So I think it's a furniture maneuver success. What a huge help it was to have Sandy with JLB put that shelf in for the baskets, and it looks so good. I feel like a lot of the same customers that are going to shop his space are also going to shop Linda's booth over here. And then them cutting those shelf pieces for this old baker's rack. I was able to put so much more on it and not have to try and balance stuff on those little teeny little planks that were in there. So thrilled. It looks so good. She's gonna be so happy with it. She had all the raw materials of a good booth here. It just took a little furniture Tetris to make it all come together. I mean, it was physically exhausting, but I absolutely loved doing it. It gave me so much inspiration for my own stuff. This was me avoiding working on my booth. I know it makes no sense, but sometimes you just get sick of looking at your own stuff. And so playing with somebody else's inventory was actually really fun for me. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, oh my God, she put something on top. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful.
He cut pieces for this, so you have some more shelf space too.
Oh, that's so
Walk
nice.
through, check it out, check it all out.
Oh wow, look.
With these baskets, I just fed some hooks, and so they're on some hooks there. But I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
So much fun.